Hi, this video is a sample questions that could help you with the assignment type of studies. Make sure you get the instruction of the assignment from Statistical Reasoning module, page 2. The instruction is located at the bottom of the page, and you need to download a handout on the sidebar. Only pick one case to do your assignment. You don't have to do all of them. Your assignment must be in a presentation format to get full credit. If you submit in a Word document, just give me the answer. You will get half the points off. Here are some suggestions for presentation tools. You can use Prezi.com, and when you're done, submit me the link. You can use Flipsnack. Go to flipsnack.com. I changed your presentation PowerPoint into an online flipbook like a magazine. It looks very nice and it's free. You can also submit a link to me when you complete it. You can also use PowerPoint from Office 365. It is provided through Georgia Virtual School. You have it, go to your email, to the top left corner, and you go to PowerPoint. Okay? Let me know if you have questions, or you can do it in your regular PowerPoint and upload it as a document. Here's a quick review of the difference between experimental study and observational studies. Okay? There are actually more methods of study. However, in this assignment, I only ask you for these two methods. To perform an experiment study, experiments are often double-blind. Okay? This means that neither researcher nor the subject know which subjects are receiving no treatment or placebo treatment and has no value to the experiment. So double-blind is the best. So sometimes you can do single-blind, meaning the subject don't know who received placebo or who received no treatment. Here's the characteristic. Treatment is applied to part of the population. So treatment. The other part of the population is used as control group given no treatment. Responses from both groups. Results are compared. So here's the example. Testing the effect of imposing a new marketing strategy in a certain region. So one of the region will receive no new marketing strategy. That will be the control group, and the other group will receive the new marketing strategy. Then you collect data, whatever data you want to collect, and then you compare the result. Observational study. The researcher observes the values of variables for the subjects without doing anything to them. Usually is to observe things that you cannot apply treatment or you don't apply treatment. There's nothing you can do, you just observe them. Because it's unethical or impossible to assign people to receive a specific treatment. Let's say you want to observe a group that has smoking and the effect of the smoking. You can only observe them. You cannot force people to smoke as a treatment. Certain variables are inherent traits and cannot be randomly assigned. These are especially true for biology researchers. To observe people who inherit certain traits to see how what they do, whatever they want to observe. Certain variables can affect the results. Here's an example. conducting a marketing study to see how people rate a new product. You are doing study, you're surveying them. To that survey act as a way you observe how they think. But you are not applying a new study, you're not applying new strategies to a group of people to see how that will affect them. Next, we're going to look at some case study. This is the first case. Sample case discussion, case 1. Anna was interested in the relationship between funding sources for nutritional researchers and the conclusions of those researchers. She gathered information on all researchers concerning soft drinks that were published between 1st January 1999 and 31st December 2003, and compared the source of their funding with the results of the research. Anna found that out of the researchers that were funded by food industry companies, 0 had unfavorable results to the companies, while 37% of the researchers that were funded by other sources had unfavorable result to the soft drink company. Based on this case type of study assignment, these are the questions that you need to answer. Is the study observational or experimental? Explain your answer. Who and what are the participant or experimental units? If experimental, what was the treatments or treatment? If there was a treatment, how was it assigned? Was there a control group and or a placebo? If observational, what was being observed and why? Are there any statements that appear to be opinions? Are there any stated or implied limitation to the study? The last 2 questions apply for both experimental and observational. So let's look at the case that about Anna. The purpose, so we want to see whether it's sample study. Okay, sample study is also another kind of study. The purpose of sample study is to estimate a certain parameter of a population, while observational study and experiments compare 2 parameters of an experiment. So, is it experimental? One parameter of the population is actively changed to see the effect on the other parameter. Since Anna did not apply anything, Anna would have to actively assign funding sources to individual researchers if she were to do this as a treatment, which would be impractical. Therefore, what Anna did was just an observational study. An observational study cannot indicate a causal relationship between parameters. In this case, it's possible that the third factor is present in some of the researchers that causes one they are funded by soft drink company to obtain less unfavorable results. We can't claim the soft drink company necessarily bias the researchers they fund. So to answer the next questions, so the previous question, the answer is observational study. So if it is an observational study, what was being observed? She's observing relationship on the research concerning soft drink that were published between 1st January 1999 and 31st December 2003, comparing to the source of their funding with the results of the research. Are there any statements that appear to be opinions? Well, in the text that was given here, there is no opinion. Okay, they're just numbers. Are there any stated or implied limitations to the studies? It is limited to the data collected from published papers. There are papers who are not published. Their blog. There are some other sources of information that are not used. It is limited by the date of the published paper. She only limits her date. There are papers published before the date or after the date, and she didn't use them. So now look at the second case. Second case, a new drug is being tested on mice. 1 dozen mice are given the new drug and tested, while another dozen mice are not given anything and tested. So here's the question we need to answer. Is this observational or experimental? Explain your answer. Who and what are the participant or experimental units? If it's experimental, what was the treatment? If there was an experiment treatment, how was it assigned? Was there a control group or a placebo? If it's observational, what was being observed and why? Are there any statements that appear to be opinion? Are there any stated implied limitation to the study? So here's a quick answer. It's experimental because they give the mice drug. The treatment, because it has a treatment, the treatment is a new drug. The control group is the mice that were not given the drug. How do they apply the treatment? They give the drug to the mice. And what is the limitation? It's limit to mice, okay, and in the lab. So it's not open to everybody. Is there any opinion stated? There's no opinion stated in a given case, so I can't say anything yet. So here's the example, another example. A biologist wants to determine the effect of a new fertilizer on tomato plants. What is the best design for the studies? A new fertilizer. So I will use experiment. Okay, what would be the treatment? It's a new fertilizer. This will be the treatment. What is the population? It's all tomato plants. So here are other kind of studies that could occur in a real world. A survey, a simulation. You can take a screenshot, take note, pause the video and take notes, okay? Here, and you can do census, count and measure of the entire population. You can do sampling, count and measure a part of the population. So thank you for watching this. If you have further questions, please don't hesitate to email me.